Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers, and thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, for continuing to follow my YouTube channel, and always a big thank you to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for keeping me always so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's an honor and a pleasure. Yes, my background has changed. I am doing my annual gypsy thing and traipsing around Eastern Europe. Currently back in Poland, which I love. Oh, Poland. For all of my Polish clients and subscribers out there, I'm so in love with this country. And I often take little tours and trips from here all over Eastern Europe. So I am at a little flat in Poland right now. And it is raining and muggy at the same time here. Love it. As most of you know, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more information and my contact details by going to my YouTube channel's homepage, clicking on the little About button, or clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Turnaround time for personal readings is usually pretty fast, usually within a couple of weeks or so, if not sooner. Depends on scheduling. And I can usually get back to you within the first 24 hours of your initial contact. I do a wide variety of readings: love and romance, career and work and finance, channeled messages from past on loved ones, 6 and 12-month life overviews to see what's coming up in the near future for you, and gift readings as well. So if you're interested, contact me. We'll go from there. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link's also provided. It's good for quick answers to quick questions. All right, this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius, or fun-loving Sagittarians, for the month of August 2018. Let's see what August has in store for Sagittarius. Okay, Sag. We begin with the Nine of Cups. What a great way to begin. We begin with the Nine of Cups, followed by death or transformation. Next to that, we have the Ten of Wands, followed by the Ten of Cups. We have the Chariot, followed by the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Cups, followed by Judgment. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and focus for the month is the Eight of Wands. Wow. There's a lot of completion energy for a lot of you for the month of August 2018, Sagittarius. You have the Ten of Wands with the Ten of Cups. So, I mean, it's showing up around the second week or so, because I usually pull 2 cards for each week. But as I always say, time is fluid, especially in general readings. Some of you might be a little earlier. Some of you it might be a little later. Looks like there's definitely a burden coming to an end in regards to home and family. And things kind of evening out better. Something which has been going on for a long time is dying a permanent death. And lots of communication too, perhaps for a lot of you. Your overall energy, crowning card from the bottom of the deck, is the Eight of Wands. This is the communication card. A communication in this day and age can take a lot of forms: phone, face-to-face, email, text, etc. Lots of communication going back and forth. You may be, some of you may be interacting a lot with people, having a lot of conversations. I'm actually getting that some of you are selling your home or getting out of your home, maybe traveling too as well. Some of you, I feel this is for some of you under that umbrella, I feel like there's a portion of you who are retiring, or partially retiring, or fully retiring as well. Some of you, I just got, are paying off your home this month, or you're very close to, like, you know, being able to burn up that mortgage. But it looks like you're definitely moving on into something else as well. I feel like some of you may have been financially investing in something for a long time, whether it's a home, or some of you it might be college or your kids in some sense. And it's like, it looks like this month there's some kind of cycle ending, which has been in place for a long time, and you're straight away just kind of moving right on into the next thing. Lots of communication around it, lots of interaction for a lot of you. We begin with the Nine of Cups, clarified by death or transformation. The Nine of Cups is, you know, probably the primary wish fulfillment card of the tarot. It represents your cups overflowing. You can see this man is holding up his own goblet. He's very happy. He's well fed. He has more than enough to eat, more than enough to drink, comfortable surroundings. He has enough. He has such an abundance of what he wants. That he has more than enough to share with family and friends, and he wants to. It's kind of his cups overflowing, a sense of abundance. It's about getting what you want, sometimes referred to as the lottery card. Particularly in a physical, almost decadent sense, it can represent, you know, being in a place where you're enjoying a lot of things. Maybe you're partying, you're celebrating, you're having a good time. Can sometimes represent drinking a lot. Yeah, I was going to say for some of you, might be giving up drinking, but I'm not actually getting that for any of you. So, although it's not to say it might not be for somebody out there. But there's definitely a sense, you're celebrating because something which has been in place for a while is coming to an end. The Nine of Cups is clarified by death, transformation. Death represents the dying of something, typically in a pretty significant way. And usually when death shows up, it usually represents that whatever is coming to an end is something old. It's something that's been there for quite a long time, and it's time for it to go so that rebirth can occur, because birth follows death, beginnings follow endings. That's the way life works. In every ending is the seeds for the next thing, for the new beginning. That's how the kind of the cycle of life works. Death talks about something coming to an end so that something new can be planted, so you can manifest something else. But it's a significant death, even if it's something that you maybe have thought was going to come to an end, whether it's, you know, graduating college, or paying off your home or mortgage, or paying for your kids' college, or, you know, a bad habit of some kind. It represents that in the month of August, although this is more at the beginning of the month, and I am recording these at in the last week of July, so it could be end of July, beginning of August. Something is coming to an end once and for all, and there is such a sense of celebration about it. And it looks like it's something that you know, is connected somehow to your home, your family maybe, or your home environment, and it's been something of a burden. Even though it may not have started out that way, but it's just been something you've been carrying for a long time, because next we have the Ten of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups. You can see this burden. This man is carrying it so heavy he can't even stand up straight. He's bowed out over the weight of it. I always get kind of a long-standing feel from this card, like it maybe started out as 1 or 2 wands, and then became 3, and then became 5, and then became 6, and before you know it, it's this heavy thing. And he's carrying it successfully, but it's very heavy. But he's at the end. Tens represent the ending, cycles ending, culmination, achievement. You can see his head is up, and he's looking at his destination right outside the card here. That place where he can lay this burden down, stand up, and take a deep breath, and be out from underneath it. So I feel like it's something that's been there for a while, and that's, you know, kind of echoed by death, which usually represents the ending of something old that's been there. So the Ten of Wands, what clarifies the Ten of Wands is the Ten of Cups. Happy emotional energy here. Tens represent completion. The Ten of Cups, kind of in the upright position, represents something, a cycle ending, but finding yourself and something new beginning. Just kind of being in that place, particularly around in connection to home and family, where things are just finally coming together again. Happy, harmonious home, family, often the card that comes up for marriage, childbirth, blessings, a happy home, unity, harmony, you know, excellent, lovely feelings, having finally reached that place that you've been working for all this time. So again, it's lovely energy. You know, this is a general reading. General readings can be kind of tricky because it's going to resonate differently for everybody watching. That's why we always ask you to check your rising and your moon sign videos for additional clarification if you know them. Some of you, this might be getting married after being in a long, maybe challenging relationship. Some of you may be, you know, childbirth or getting pregnant. Some of you, it may be buying your first home, selling your first home, or paying off that home. Some of you, it might be retiring. You're finally done with this certain, some portion of your life has come to this end or this achievement culmination place. And even though it may have been a joyful burden, it's been a burden nonetheless, but it is definitely coming to an end, and there's definitely a sense of celebration about it, regardless of the specifics. Beautiful energy. And it looks like you're off and running into the next thing, Sagittarius, because Could be a project of some kind. I keep getting little snippets of messages about actual property, like buying a home, selling a home, paying off a home. You bought a home and you flipped it and you made your first sell and you're like off onto the next home kind of project thing. I keep getting these little snippets of information that relate to actual property. So interesting always to get feedback from clients. But you're often running on to the next thing, because next, around the middle of the month, third week or so, we have the Chariot clarified by the Seven of Wands. The Chariot is one of the, if not the most powerful success card in the tarot, major arcana card. This is success, which comes from being very ambitious, driven, focused on your goals, winning by sheer determination, perseverance, strength, refusing to give up, setting your goals to get to that big goal, starting, not stopping, not allowing anything to get in your way, not allowing anything to cause you to lose momentum, pulling together the resources you need to make something move forward in a very successful way, being very ambitious, very driven, and very determined to be successful and meet your goal. And that message is even underscored by the accompanying card, which is the Seven of Wands, which is a card that has a lot of defensive energy in it. And this can be, you know, in the positive or challenging way. Sometimes this card can represent having your views or beliefs or something that you've been standing on for a while challenged, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because having something challenged, particularly a way of thinking or a belief system, can help us in defending it. It can help us clarify for ourselves even more of what it is. And sometimes it can expose that what we've been thinking or feeling or operating under doesn't work for us anymore, and it's okay to put it away. But sometimes it can represent standing up for yourself, for someone else, defending something that you've put a lot into, as this man is guarding, defending the door to his home, castle, keep, or something that he feels strongly about because of how much he has put into it. So being very protective, guarding, and determined as well. Determined, you know, and as it's clarifying this ambitious, determined success card of the Chariot, I feel like gosh, for a small group of you out there, I keep getting real estate stuff. So it's like you've worked really hard at this one thing. You were very successful. It's come to this culmination point, and you're often running on to the next thing and being just as ambitious and driven and persevering as you were before. There is some cautionary advice here, though. The combination of the Chariot and the Seven of Wands, while a very powerful, ambitious, strong energy, can be carried too far, as most energies can. Sometimes this is being defensive and being ambitious and being driven to the point that you can hurt other people if they get in your way, or, you know, being so ambitious that you just run right over everything and everyone in your life that might be important too. So just make sure that you just kind of keep that in mind too, and being defensive about what you're doing can sometimes be in a negative way as well. So just kind of try and maintain balance with this energy. And I'm getting a little bit more of that message in the last card to add her towards the end of August 2018. We have the Knight of Cups and Judgment. Knights usually represent offers or opportunities coming to you or being extended from you, because they are the deliverers, the producers of the tarot, and they can also represent the speed at which a situation moves. Offers or opportunities. Cups is emotional energy. So the Knight of Cups could be, I mean, for some of you, it's like an offer of love, an offer of emotional support. But sometimes the Knight of Cups has a challenge in that he's the Knight of Cups. Cups is water, emotions, relationships. The Knight of Cups is an idealist. He is in love with love itself. He is prone to promise the moon, the stars, and everything in the moment because he's feeling all this emotion and he means it in the moment. But if the Knight of Cups has a challenge, particularly in, you know, it's in promising things he can't really follow through with or deliver because, you know, the heat of the moment, kind of emotional kind of stuff. So it could be offers of love or of emotional support, or just, you know, and it could also be very, you know, and Knights represent fast-moving situations too because they're known for being spontaneous and impulsive. The Knight of Cups is, you know, a fast-moving energy, maybe not all that very well-intentioned, but maybe sometimes not all that realistic or practical in looking at the long view. And that may be what some of you are kind of defensive about. The cautionary advice with the Knight of Cups and Judgment is in Judgment, clarifying the Knight of Cups, because Judgment is a major arcana card that says, this is a call to action, a choice needs to be made, a path needs to be chosen, but be careful, because Judgment usually pops up when a choice needs to be made, and it might seem to be you know, not an important choice, or it might seem to be an important choice. But when Judgment shows up, there's an air of finality about it, meaning it says stop, consider carefully all the pros and cons before you set anything into motion, because the air of finality about Judgment represents that whatever you set into motion, whatever you choose, is going to have long-lasting, if not permanent, consequences. So make sure you choose wisely and don't just go rushing off in the heat and emotion of the moment, you know, pursuing this or promising this, and etc., because you may later come to regret it. But Judgment says you might be locked into it. So consider carefully. And if you're being very defensive about what you're going for or what you're so driven for, you may want to step back from that and take another perhaps look at it. So I am getting a little bit of that cautionary advice. And it could be that you were so successful with this previous thing that you're jumping right into something else thinking it's the same thing, when in fact it might not be. So just kind of be careful with that. But it looks like a great month with a lot of potential and opportunity, particularly in the last half. Lots of celebration in the first half. Lots of conversations, communications, interactions with people with that communication card overall. It looks like a busy, happy, but be careful and think smart also kind of month, Sagittarius. So great impactful reading. I'm curious to hear feedback on, well, I'm always curious to hear feedback on the reading, but particularly on this one, because I kept getting so many different little flashes of message about things which had to do with property or real estate or, you know, something like that. So let me know, Sagittarius. There's so many of you out there. It could be a variety of things for a variety of you. So Sag, that pretty much wraps up your August 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for watching it. Again, if any of you are interested in any personal one-on-one reading, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you and schedule a personal reading, live or recorded, as quickly as we can. You can find all my contact details by clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post, or clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage for fast answers to fast questions, not traditional readings. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Iris Gypsy, and that link is also provided. Take care, Sagittarius. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August 2018 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.